Good morning and welcome to our home. All right, so today's lesson is, it's really a life lesson, and that is to realize how deeply we are loved. I like to feel that I'm loved by God. That's just my orientation. For others of you, it might be the angels, the higher power. You put in what you can relate to. But for me, it's just this all-present, loving God. So a lot of people feel that they have to behave. They have to do good things in order to be loved. They have to earn the love from God. So they'll volunteer, they'll work in the animal shelter, they'll they'll help the elderly, and then at the end of the day they'll go, well, I've been good, now I can be loved. All those things are good. The volunteering, the helping, that's all really, really good. But you don't need to do that in order to be loved. We are already deeply loved. And I love to tell this story. It's perhaps one of my favorite stories to tell. And I might have already told it on this video, but it's just a good reminder. So when I was getting my nursing license, I went to Columbia University in New York City, and the medical center there was huge, like city blocks, and it would go up, 20 floors. It was like a city, actually. So, and I did different rotations throughout, learning different things. And when it was time for the OB rotation, that was amazing, because this hospital, some hospitals, city hospitals, they'll have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 births in a day. This was so many. I don't even want to put a number on it. So as nursing students, we got to every shift to see maybe 8 births, like every hour at least, sometimes 3 an hour. And this is the interesting thing. So where this huge medical complex sits, it's bordered on one side by extreme poverty. This was in 1968. On the other side, very wealthy in Manhattan, people who had huge amounts of money. So it was a whole combination. And all these women were in there giving birth. Some very privileged, some very, very, very poor. The other thing about it is that there were babies born of mothers that were addicted. There were babies born with deformities. There were babies born with the
hydrocephalus.
Yeah, the big head. So it was just a huge range, racial. It was just every combination you could imagine. Immigrants from all different countries, widespread. The reason I'm telling you this is that no baby was more special than any other baby. And when the babies were born, and that me and the other nursing students would be not helping physically with their hands, but just watching. As a baby came into the world, there was this light, this energy, this love that would surround each baby. And it was so moving. It would just bring tears to my eyes. And as I've grown and matured, I've realized that that's the love of God. That's the first energy that we all experienced as we entered this earth. And Barry has a story too. I've seen mothers screaming, just get rid of the baby, I don't want it. And truly, she didn't. The baby was going to be adopted. Even then, with the total rejection of the mother, there's still this deep, deep love of God that's so incredible. And that happened to each one of us. And it's our job, it's our responsibility in this life to fully receive that love and to know that we are deeply, deeply loved. There's nothing that we have done that takes away that love. We are deeply loved.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. What I'm reminded of is actually me, because for so many years I had that feeling, and I'm sure most of us do have this feeling that we have to accomplish or do or prove our worth in this world before we can really know that we're loved. And it was a hard one for me. Even in our early work of doing workshops, I remember so clearly just having to let go of me having to do it well in order to be lovable. And I remember one real clear time where I actually I brought this up in a group of people, and I was actually encouraged to lie down on a couch in the back of the room and just let Joyce lead the workshop. And meanwhile, this man who was older at the time, he asked me just to put my head on his lap, and he just kind of gave me fathering while I lay there and let go of needing to do anything in order to be loved. And it was a real pivotal moment for me to do that. And it is for all of us to really get it, that we don't need to do anything to be loved. It's who we are. We're human beings, not human doings.
That's such a beautiful memory, Barry. And first of all, I did enjoy leading it by myself. But after a while, it had been enough time, and I had everyone circle around the couch where Barry was just lying, struggling a little bit, but just lying,
trying to let go.
And people shared just how much they loved you. And that is how it is. We are loved because we are. And that pure, unconditional love was the first gift that we received as we entered this world. It's beautiful.
Yeah. All right. So I have a song about this. Whisper, you're never alone. You're always here, calling me home. The angels whisper, you're never alone. I am loved. soul unbound, flying in heaven, right here on the ground. Let me be free, my soul unbound, flying in heaven, right here on the ground. I am loved. I am loved. I am loved. Just as I am. I am loved, just as I am. We are loved, just as we are. We are loved, just as we are. We are loved. So close your eyes a moment and feel it. This is a really important lesson for our lives. We don't have to do anything to be loved. Imagine a whole network of angels and divine beings pouring love to you because you deserve it, because of who you are. Imagine that. Feel it. Okay. That's a big one. But open your eyes and just accept that, even a little bit, and it'll really serve you very well.
So, this is really homework for your whole life.
Yeah.
You don't ever stop receiving how deeply you are loved. All right, I hope you have a beautiful week.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being.